Thanks again for brunch, Dad. Had a great time.
Me too, Ash.
Mr. Simpson is so excited that you're coming to speak to our class tomorrow. So am I.
Should be a lot of fun.
I can't wait to show you off.
Ashley.
Yeah?
Nothing. Just see you tomorrow.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, hon.
You didn't put the vinegar in the dishwasher like I asked you to, right?
I'm sorry, Kate. I just can't remember things like that.
Come on, that's an excuse Toby would make.
Oh, Kate, come on. You're gonna compare. You better be careful. She's in one of her moods again.
Well, I wouldn't be if you'd grasp the concept of hard water. Oh, don't worry about that. We're just having one of our things. So, how was brunch?
Great. Dad told me that he went to this royal reception last week and shook hands with Prince Charles.
Wow, very she. So, did you talk about anything else? Or just, life in London?
No. Why, was there something else?
No, just, me being nosy. I'm glad you had a good time.
Hey friends, I'm Marisol's Eli and I talk all things Degrassi. If you're a regular watcher of my videos, welcome back. In today's video, I talk about Secrets and Lies, the 7th episode of season 1 that is the first in TNG to have homosexuality be the main topic. Ashley's dad flies in from London and pays a visit to the school. Even though her parents are divorced, Ashley has a slimmer of hope that they can work things out and get back together even though her mom is married to Toby's dad. Unfortunately for her, it's not possible. The reason Toby's mom left his dad is because her busy career as a casting agent was taking a toll on their marriage. The reason Ashley's dad left her mom is because, well...
Ash.
He hasn't found some other woman, has he? He's not getting married?
No.
Well, then what? Is he gay? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Ash, there are things your dad and I should have talked to you about a long time ago.
Mom, I was joking.
It's not a joke. Your dad is gay.
Ashley is initially very disturbed by the revelation and freaks out whenever people try to talk to her about it. When her dad opens up and tries to make her see reason about the situation, Ashley is receptive at first until he tells her that the family friend that she's known for years is his current boyfriend. She ends the episode still upset.
It's still pretty hard to hear, right? This is gonna sound so selfish and, incredibly lame. But I had to find myself, Ash. Even if it meant hurting you and your mother. It's nobody's fault. And it's not wrong. It's just the way I am.
So why did you even get married? You didn't love Mom.
Ash, of course I did. I still do. But I'm not in love with her. I tried to make it work. But I just couldn't. And I hate myself for hurting you. But it was the only thing I could do. Honest.
Have you, been with...
Other men? But mostly just one man. Christopher.
Christopher?
My partner. He's a great guy.
Christopher?
Mm-hmm.
The blonde guy with the mustache. The guy we went to the zoo with that day when I got that horrible sunburn?
Mm-hmm.
The guy you said was your friend from work. Dad, we had him over for dinner in our house.
Honey?
You left us for him.
Ash, it's not that simple. We fell in love. I'm sorry, but I just don't know how else to say it.
No.
Ash.
How could you do this to me?
You see, this is exactly why I wanted to wait until you were older, so that you would understand.
Understand?
Yes, and not just hate me.
For what, Dad, huh? For knowing that you were gay or for knowing that all you've ever done is lie to me?
Ashley.
Meanwhile, with the 7th graders, Liberty has a crush on JT, who is so uncomfortable at the idea of being romantically involved with her that he uses the revelation about Ashley's dad as an opportunity to pretend to be gay so she'll take the hint. This idea only makes everything worse.
Okay, I promise.
Cross your heart and hope to die, promise?
Yeah. What is it?
I'm gay.
What?
I like boys, not girls. Gay.
You're joking.
No, I'm not. And I thought you should know since you think we...
You thought I had a crush on you? Please, of course I don't.
Okay, well, great. It's a lot easier than I thought it would be. You wanted to tell me something?
No, it's not important. Little secret.
I can't believe that worked. No, I can't believe you used that excuse.
Okay, there she is. It's time to cement the deal. Hey, Liberty girlfriend.
Maybe you should tone it down.
Ashley's plot. Her attitude towards finding out her dad was gay wasn't the best, but it seemed that she was coming around to it until he dropped the bomb that he was probably cheating on her mom with the guy he claimed was only his friend for years. Her reaction to me, while immature and petty, was realistic. When I was that age, even if my dad wasn't gay, if he told me that his new romantic partner was a woman at his job that he claimed for years was just a friend, I would think he abandoned our family for her too. That scenario is going to taint the kid's love for the parent, no matter if they're straight or queer. I commend Ashley's mom for being so mature about her ex-husband being gay, though. Usually in these type of situations on TV and in real life, the woman in a relationship is furious and portrayed in the white for it. But Degrassi
blonde guy
decided to
with the
do something
mustache.
different and have her parents in a
The
relationship
guy we
on
went to the
good
zoo with
terms.
that day when I got that
They
horrible
obviously
sunburn.
still do care about each other
The guy you
despite
said
no
was your
longer
friend
being
from work.
romantically compatible.
Dad, we had him over for dinner in our
Fortunately, while
house.
Ashley ends this episode angry about it, later seasons
left
show
us
that
for
she
him.
eventually
Ash,
accepts
it's
her
not
dad's
that simple.
sexuality. As for JT and Liberty's plot, I hate it. Now, I don't think JT is really this horrible person for how he treated her in this episode, considering that he is only a 12, 13-year-old boy. But since Liberty was also a child, which never gets acknowledged by the fandom, from her perspective, I do think he was still being a little foul to her. He couldn't tell her straight up that he didn't like her, and I can see how hurtful that was to Liberty, as I've been in that situation before. From the perspective of someone who is autistic, I think Liberty, even though it was never explicitly stated, was coded as autistic herself. She has so many of the classic traits, from the hyperintelligence, the one-track minded thinking, the stubbornness, the awkwardness, to the struggle with socializing with her fellow peers and being isolated because of it. It's hard for autistic people, especially children, to read social cues, and just because it seemed obvious to everyone else that JT found her annoying, didn't mean that it was obvious to her. I've been in so many situations where I couldn't recognize that someone didn't like me, even in a platonic way, but because they never outright told me verbally that they found me annoying, stupid, and insufferable to deal with, that I had this delusion clouding my mind that they did. I put effort in friendships that weren't reciprocated, one-sided crushes that'll never amount to anything, and conflicts that'll never be resolved because it was just hard for me to understand. And people have been nice to me in the past. I would get these fantasies that they were going to be my best friends when they don't want to be. They just saw me as an acquaintance at best. I would get these ideas that people would see the potential in me as a girlfriend when they didn't. It's why I'm much more closed off and cynical about how people perceive me. To this day, it's hard for me to believe that there's people who love me outside of my family, and seeing that play out on screen with Liberty is hurtful. Emma and Manny, they didn't see Liberty as a friend. And each episode leading up to this one is made obvious in every damn scene that they found her mere presence annoying. She's the friend that's just there as extension to their inner circle. Them, JT and Toby, are quick to talk shit about her behind her back whenever she's not around. And it's hard for Liberty to understand that because they're all too fake to say it in her face that they don't like her. She thinks she's a part of their friend group, but she's the outcast. She's seen as too weird even for them. It's a classic neurodivergent experience. Of course, this is only the beginning of their love story. JT may think he's not into Liberty, but a later episode in this season will reveal that subconsciously he is. He'll just be in denial about it for the next 3 seasons. What is funny about the plot is having Snake walk in on JT's bad attempt at pretending to be gay, considering that we know from the classic Degrassi series that his own brother was gay. And that one of his feature books published back in the Degrassi junior high days kind of implied that he was bisexual. Makes me wonder why there's never any reference to it in TNG with the dozens of episodes featuring LGBT characters it'll come to have.
Okay to do.
Sure? If you think he likes you back.
You don't think JT likes me?
JT's a boy. Who knows what's going on in his head?
Okay, that's it. I've stood her up, I've ignored her, I've been very rude to her, and she will not take a hint.
Just tell her point blank. You're not interested.
Okay, this may sound desperate, but it's a plan. Remember that little talk we had about Ashley's dad and his orientation?
Yeah.
Well, you know what coming out did to his marriage. What if I came out to Liberty? It'd work. You know it would.
Ashley dumping chocolate milk on Paige because it's one of the only times this entire season that Paige genuinely wasn't trying to be malicious. It was just trying to be a good friend this time, but she got attacked for it. Ashley was obviously in the wrong for doing that to her, but I'm sorry, but I can't help but laugh every time.
Know something about my dad.
Hey, Ash. Is everything okay?
Paige, we're talking.
Perfect, because I want to talk about something too.
Paige, I'm really not in the mood.
Concerning your dad.
What about him?
Okay, I was thinking. Robert Kerman. Handsome, stylish, charming, successful. Total catch, right? And yet, still single.
What's your point?
Well, he could still be hung up on your mom, or... And I'm sure this isn't the case, but... Have you ever wondered if maybe your dad's gay? It would explain a lot.
Is this supposed to be a joke?
No, hon, not...
Just better mind your own business for once, Paige.
But my oldest brother's gay. Terry was trying to help.
My second favorite is Terry at the end trying to argue some sense into Ashley. Terry's mom is established as being dead in this episode. And so when her friend is expressing a desire to go no contact with her dad, she reminds her to be grateful that she even has both of her parents still alive. It makes me wish that we got a separate storyline delving into Terry's grief surrounding her mother to give her some more depth as a character. As much as I hate this scene in context, out of context, it's freaking hilarious.
Hey, Liberty girlfriend. Do it with other guys. Not only that, how does he do it?
I don't know, JT. I didn't ask.
Women, okay? Real women, not girls, are sexy. But guys, I mean, we have muscles, we smell, we have body hair.
You wish. Women can have body hair, too. My Aunt Bettina has this...
That's not what I mean.
I don't know, JT. Some people are just gay, I guess.
That when a guy doesn't like you, let him go and move on to better options. That as a child, no matter how old you get, you may never be ready for the real reasons why your parents were bad for each other. It's not a bad episode because Ashley's plot is interesting. I just hate the Gibberty plot too much to like it. I think I would have been more forgiving towards this plot if overall their entire relationship from here until season 6 wasn't incredibly problematic from a black feminist perspective. And the context of this episode is not as bad because they're innocent 7th graders, but this aspect of Gibberty's relationship never truly goes away. Their entire story from beginning to end is that of a black girl pursuing this white boy who constantly disrespects and rejects her until his non-black romantic options are no longer feasible, even though deep down he's in love with her too. The only period of time where they're good is season 4, and then Liberty gets pregnant in season 5 and is depicted as the main villain in JT's life. Ryan and Sarah had amazing chemistry, and Gibberty has all the classic romantic tropes that I usually love, but from an objective standpoint, they're one of the most poorly written couples on the show, and it's due to misogynoir. As I go through the seasons and both characters get older, this becomes more prominent. This episode gets a copper rating from me, unfortunately. Well, friends, this is my review of Secrets and Lies. Stay tuned for Coming of Age.
Liberty, didn't you hear what I said earlier? Loud and clear. And though it came as a shock, I should have seen it coming. Dance lessons and that boy band compilation CD you own, that's my sister's CD. Whatever. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be great, I mean, you can say no, but wouldn't it be great if you came out in the grapevine? What? Well, you know, as part of the interview. To help other kids struggling with the same issue. Liberty, I don't think that's a very good idea. JT, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Liberty, I'm not gay, okay? You lied? Yeah, 'cause you just wouldn't take a hint. Am I really that horrible? Liberty, if you didn't like me, you should have just said so.
Ash, where were you after lunch?
Nowhere. Just leave me alone.
Ash, come on, something happened.
You want to know what's been happening? My dad came here to tell me that not only is he gay, but he dropped out of my life because of his boyfriend. Is that what you wanted to hear? Should I explain it all for you?
Ash, come on.
I've come to a decision. My dad is cut out of my life for good.
Ash, come on.
I have my mom, I have Jeff, I even have Toby. I don't need him.
Ash, what you found out. Of course you're upset, but you don't mean that.
Don't tell me what I mean, okay? You have no idea what I'm going through.
My mom died, Ash. She's never coming back. But you have your dad back.
Terry, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same. You want to know why? Because you have a choice. I don't. Don't make the wrong one.